If you're in the online space, you would know that by now, trust levels are at an all-time low. And the worst place to be at is getting into the rhythm of creating and publishing content, but none of it translates to leads, customers, and clients of your business. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what content to post daily on short-form platforms like Instagram and weekly uploads on platforms like YouTube. I just want to preface this that it is not a record a 50-minute long episode like a podcast and then just splice it up for Instagram. Each platform has a different format, and staying true to what works best for each will get you the best results faster. The fig tree method, which is what we're going to be working on today, will teach you not only how to get out of that content hamster wheel, but it is designed in a way to build intention behind your content that gives your prospects context for your offer. And before we do that, let me just turn on the slides. There we go. Perfect. Let's get into it. So what is the fig tree method? The idea came about when I realized that instead of me trying to create content to get people to my offer, why don't I just create content from my offer so that every piece of content I create always gets tied back into who I am, what I do, and how I can help someone else. This single realization has completely changed my approach to content, and hopefully today it's going to do the same thing for you too. So most offers follow the same exact structure, but positioned or perhaps written or formulated in a different way. And that structure could be seen as a first, next, then. It could be seen as phase one, we do this, phase two, we do that, phase three, we do the other. It could be seen as, let's just say this was a 90-day transformation. You could say 31st days, the first 30 days, we're going to do this, days 30 to 60 that, days 60 to 90 the other. It could also be formulated as a component one of this offer is going to be working with you on this topic. Component two, component three. For my example, what I do and for my clients rather, is that I help them build a signature video ecosystem. So number one, we do the signature aspect, which is basically branding. Then we work on video. And lastly, we work on the ecosystem. So what are the three key areas that you help people with? And based off of those three key areas, so area one, phase one, however you want to call it, let's just say phase two, phase three, we provide to our clients different forms of transformations within each component and within each area and each phase of our offer. So for example, when it comes to branding, I can go ahead and say from blending into the noise to standing out. This is the small transformation that I give to my clients in this first aspect of my offer. Then we work on video, going from no idea how to set up everything, what gear to use, where to click to press record, for example, how to edit your videos in an easy way, to being a complete pro and knowing exactly what to do and how to do it. And then lastly, the same thing goes for the ecosystem, where we introduce long form, short form, and basically create an ecosystem around your brand, your offer, and your business so that people get inside that ecosystem. And the only way, the black hole effect, if you've seen any of my other videos, the only thing left to do for them here is where they enter orbit. And then based on the next videos and the ecosystem that we build, the main thing left for them to do is to create this little loop that leads them a step closer with each video, with each touch point, with each email, long form, short form email, whatever it is that you use, to our offer. This is again what I do with my clients, but I just wanted to give it as an example to showcase this concept of having the three, I hate to call them pillars of my offer or any offer, but the concept still remains the same. There's the core offer, the main thing, the main transformation that we sell, whether that is, again, a 90-day program, let's just say, and then we break it down into three different components, into three different phases. Now, in order, as I said before, to give this individual transformation at any given stage. So for each individual stage, we take our clients through specific steps, right? So you teach them or you show them specific ways of solving this first component here, component 2, component 3. So you take them through individual steps. So in order to go from unhappy here to happy with branding, let's just say, for my example, which was the first component, I take you through 3 steps. First, we're going to work on this, then we're going to work on that, and lastly, we're going to work on the other. So there's 3 individual steps in order to ensure me as a coach that my client got this result. I'm neglecting everything else for the entire other part of the offer, and I'm just focusing on the first half right now, on the first third right now, which is branding in my case. Then I do the same thing. Then we're going to have steps 4, 5, and 6, which will ensure that you actually unlock the second component of the offer, which is video. And then we'll take steps 7, 8, and 9 in order to ensure, again, as a coach, that you actually build that ecosystem, which is my third component. Now, what this leaves us with is different numbers and different colors and different approaches that every single thing we do leads back to this main thing that we have here, which is our core offer. So the point that I'm making is that instead of creating content and having a call to action to lead people into your offer, how about we lay out our offer and we actually get to see it from a 30,000 feet view in order to identify what are those components, what are those steps, what are those mini transformations or small transformations that we have embedded within the offer, and how can we talk about those transformations, those steps, those components in our content. This way we create content from our offer rather than to the offer. This is the main ideology here. So once we actually complete, and you get to complete this exercise if you downloaded the workbook below, go ahead and fill up exactly what it is that you do. For example, I work a lot with fitness coaches at the moment, and one of the offers is lose 25 pounds in 90 days. So here we see a time frame concept that we can break down into 30, 30, 30. So first 30 days we do this, then the next 30 days we do that, and then the last 30 days we do the other. And for my client, for example, it was the first thing we focus on is nutrition. I don't know if I wrote that right. Then it's training. And then it's kind of sustainability and mindset in a sense. So the main question to ask is, how do I get them from a bad place when it comes to nutrition to a happy place when it comes to nutrition? What is that bridge? What does that bridge, how many steps are in that bridge? More often than not, there's 3 simple things, 3 umbrellas, let's just call them, not simple, but 3 umbrellas that inside those umbrellas, we have different steps that we want our clients to take. So we have 1, 2, and 3. This ideally and down the line is the unique IP that you create, your frameworks, your systems, your methods, the fig tree method. This is a unique IP. If you see it here, for me, it fits and it's under the big umbrella of the ecosystem, and a part of that ecosystem and a method that I teach is the fig tree method. I hope this starts to make a little bit of sense as we go through it. Same thing we do it with our training. And then the same thing we do it with our third component, which in this case is the mindset. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. And then from there, what we want to, now that we have laid out everything and we understand that these are our 3 components, this is our core offer, and these are the steps we take in order to ensure as coaches that we give the best results to our clients for each individual big component of our offer. Then we want to do this, long form. This is the long form approach. Just as much as we have different numbers here in this little graph that I created, we want to have those numbers and we want to embed them here. This is your core offer. So this is video number 1 for you. Your core offer has 3 phases. Phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. This is video number 2, 3, 4. And then within each phase, each big umbrella, if you remember, we take them through 3 distinct steps that for us as coaches solidify the fact that they passed the test. Now they know exactly what to do in this case. When it comes to nutrition, they know exactly how to handle everything. Same thing here. If they go through steps 4, 5, and 6, so if I give them my system as a fitness coach, which is number 4, if I give them my method for training 3 times a week, which is number 5, and if I give them my secret formula of getting a 45-minute workout in, I don't know, in the morning before the kids wake up, that's my component number 6. Then I ensure as a fitness coach that the training aspect of my offer is complete and I can move my client to the next phase, which will be mindset. But focusing on these 3 here, again, phase 1 has 3 steps, phase 2 has 3 steps, phase 3 has 3 steps. Now, those 3 steps for each one of those phases become videos. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 long-form videos that we get to create because of our offer. The best thing about this and the most beautiful thing about this is that if you play the long-form game when it comes to YouTube, you would know that people use this kind of end cards and title cards and that little eye that shows up in the middle of some of the videos that you can basically link different other videos that people could go and watch. So here, for example, if I'm talking about, again, in the fitness coaching realm, phase 1 is nutrition, right? So in order for my clients to go through the nutrition phase, they need to do this, this, and this. These are the 3 steps that I want them to take. Then I can talk about the first step of nutrition, which is video number 5, and I can link it to my bigger video, which is the entire video about nutrition that I made. And in the same case, we can do the phases, linking them back to if you've been at this for a while, you would know that this is called a VSL. So a VSL basically takes you through the entire offer in a video format, video sales letter, where you explain each one of these 3 components of your offer and the individual steps that you take your clients for each one of those phases, getting them to that dream result, which is your transformation. There we go. Beautiful. The same approach can happen with the call to actions that I talked about, can happen here as well, because with this next video, you can also tie in the video before it. You can also tie in the video after it. This is what I call a backwards and then forward CTA. If you want more engagement and if you want more people to follow you, to build your subscriber list and do all of those things, you can use a forward call to action, which is in the next video, I'm going to be talking about ABC. So if you want to be notified for that, subscribe. We use the same lingo when it comes to the short form, but I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And if you want to use a backward, by the way, I talked a lot about a small thing that I mentioned today in this other video. You should go and check it out. Here it is. This is a backward call to action. Ideally, we want these videos, like the steps rather of each component, to create almost like a loop between them and have the available backward call to action to lead people into this sequence. So every single thing we do gets people into the bigger picture, the big umbrellas, which are the phases that we take them through. Here, here, here. And then everything leads them back to our VSL. The same thing now, we want to kind of do for the short form aspect of things. There's a little bit of a difference. Again, as I said in the intro of the video, each platform is different. Someone who's willing to spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes watching you on YouTube is not it could be the same person, but the behavior of using Instagram is completely different. Instagram rewards anything less than a minute, for example. So we should play, quote unquote, that game. We should play to the short form game rather than the long form game, because each one of these videos could be anywhere from 7 to 40 minutes long each. So when it comes to our short form strategy, we change up a few things. Again, remember here we talked about literally 13 different videos that you get to create based off your offer that lead people to your offer. And then we take each one of those components. So we have 1 to 13 long form videos. And for each one of those videos, we get to pick one for the week ahead. And let's say it's Friday, 9th of January, as I'm recording this. I'm going to pick number 7, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, should be this one. So I'm talking about the third component here, the third step of my nutrition phase as a fitness coach. And then I'm going to tackle that same thing, that same component, that same step of my offer, but from different angles. This is the beauty, let's just say, when it comes to short form. You say one specific thing, but in 1,000 different ways. In those different ways, we call them formats, we call them angles. You may have heard of them in different ways, but those are the most popular. Now, ideally, if you want to post 7 times a week, you can use 7 of these ones that I used here. There's 8, I think, but you can use 7 of them. One is the old way versus the new or your way. So what did people used to do back in the day? And what do people do now? Or what do you do for your clients based, again, always talking about this component. Next week, for example, this can be number 8 of your offer. I hope you get the hang of it. Another angle, another format that you can use is your entire philosophy around this topic, around number 8. Then we have a plan, a how-to step to go from unhappy to very happy client, the 3 steps that you take them through for this component. Then we have client or personal results. We have storytelling structures and storytelling angles that we can leverage for, again, talking about the same thing. We have myth busting, so myths around this specific concept. This is the beautiful thing about short form content, is that you get to pick one topic, but you tackle it in different angles with different formats for a week. Same topic that you're talking about each week, but with different approaches, basically. Another approach, another angle is the FFV, where the show content, there's a video to that. That's a backwards CTA, by the way. I'm going to link the video at the end of the video to check it out. There is headlines, aka as like statistics, researchers that are coming out. You can do this little like green screen effect that basically, again, talk about that same topic, but it's a different format and a different angle that you can use to talk about the same topic within the same week with short form content. Another way is to borrow authority. So someone who has done this and got great results, ideally an authority figure in your space, or an authority figure in your space that didn't do it and in turn got worst results. And yeah, there you go. Those are the 8 ones that we want to use. So those are 8 different formats and 8 different, let's just say, angles that you can use to talk about the same topic, but in a different way for your short form videos. So what we created today is basically this concept of unbundling your offer and seeing it from up top and understanding that your entire offer actually has elements to it and components to it that you can break down. And as an individual element, you can talk about it in and of itself in a long form video to post here on YouTube, for example, just as much as I present you today the fig tree method. This is one of the components that I help my clients with. And this is a component of my big umbrella phase, which is the ecosystem. And you can do the exact same thing for your offers when it comes to long form and when it comes to short form content. This is by far the easiest kind of approach when it comes to content, because at the end of the day, everything you talk about leads back to the main thing that we care about, which is this, your core offer. I hope this video was helpful. It took me a while to kind of formulate it. I hope I did well. Hopefully this helped. Again, go check out the FFV method, which is the video format that I have used to generate over $50,000 in 90 days with that one single format, selling one digital product. And with that being said, we'll speak soon.